Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the DFS experience for Friday, December 8th. This video is brought to you by our friends over at Thrive Fantasy, player prop website where you can play against the house or play against other players in contest format. You do get a deposit match up to $250 if you use my promo code DFS Chapo, or you can use the link that's in my description. Listen. First of all, I'm really try my best to get through this video, so hopefully I make it through the video. If you're hearing the video, obviously I made it through. But let's see what happens. Second of all, it's a fucking 52 game slate. I'm just doing DraftKings. I will never make it through DraftKings and FanDuel the way I go through these players. Obviously, if you play FanDuel and you don't play DraftKings, and you need help with like the salary or something, or you need my opinion, or you need an expert opinion, throw it in the chat. Somebody will absolutely help you. But I could only get through DraftKings on a 14 game slate. I don't know why it's 14 games. I'm not gonna cry about it because the whole industry cries about it. But I just gotta make it through. So let's start with DraftKings. Let's start with point guard Luka Magic 11-8. Nothing to discuss. Fire his ass up. Luka is the second best DFS producer right now that we have. Obviously, number one is Jokic. Number 3 is Halliburton. You might as well crown him. Nothing to talk about. He's overtaking Giannis as far as fantasy goes. You're only as good as your last game as far as the NBA goes, sports in general. But as far as NBA goes, the day in, day out, action-paced activity of the lovely NBA product that we all grown to love or not love or whatever. Halliburton's the third best fantasy producer in the business right now. It is what it is. SGA 10-6 been going under the radar lately with the rise of Halliburton. Fire up SGA. OKC's been good, though, because of SGA been putting the team on his back, going under the radar. Trae Young, like I said, he's averaging like 27 and 12 or 20, something like that. Trae Young is going under the radar too. Doesn't get the respect that he deserves. He's 10.3K. Price is a little bit disrespectful. Fire his ass up if he plays. If he doesn't play, you already know what to do. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Booker 10.1, okay play, nothing spectacular. With the rise of all these other guards putting up gaudy numbers, Booker's just fine. 61, 55, 20, 61, and 46 in his last 5 games. Actually, KD is out, so Booker does get a little bit of a bump. I'm lying, he gets a big bump. De'Aaron Fox, another guy going under the radar. Lost in the sauce with all the talk of the other guards. Like, the people that are in charge of talking about basketball on TV, YouTube, whatever, besides certain players, but the non-players that are in charge of talking about talk about NBA, that's on TV, they don't even watch the fucking games. Last 5 games, De'Aaron Fox, 66, 54, 52, 65, and 41. You don't hear anyone talking about De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox has been a monster. De'Aaron Fox is 9.6K. Utterly disrespectful. Fire him up. Kyrie's been alright. Kyrie's an okay play, but when you got all these other guards around Kyrie, how do you get to Kyrie? Question of the night. Maxey's an okay play. Always remember what I tell you about Atlanta. Atlanta's the second or third fastest paced team in the league. You want bits and pieces of it. As you can see last night on that 2 game slate, you needed to load up on the first game because those are 2 fast paced teams. That's what I told you in the video. When you're playing slower paced teams or 2 slower paced teams face each other, a lower pace means lower possessions. Lower possessions equal lower fantasy points. Um, Kyrie's an okay play. Donovan Mitchell's in play. Scotty Barnes, Jalen Brunson, they're fine. We don't need Brogdon. We can't finish games. Look for Shaden Sharp to get a little bit of a bump if he can't go. Even Scoot Henderson off the bench if he can't go. Anthony Simons is back too, so you got a lot of guards in Portland. Be careful. Rozier's in play. Van Vliet's in play. Cunningham's okay. What I don't like about Van Vliet, since we're here, he doesn't shoot enough for me, to be honest with you. 12, 9. I don't, nah. 8.4K. I need you to gun it, bitch. Fuck are we doing? 9 shots, 12 shots. If I'm paying 8K for you and you're my main guard, my main point guard, I need you to shoot that shit, bitch. Fuck we doing? This shit ain't gonna cut it. Where you at? 9. That's cute. I need you to shoot the ball. I need you to score some points. There's 36 and 39 and 39 and 36. That's not gonna win me nothing, champ. You feel me? So I don't know about Van Vliet. DeJounte Murray, he gets a bump if there's no Trae Young, but he's a little bit sometimes too. Don't think he's a lot because he's not. Harden, Mr. System, he's okay, 7.9. Garland is sometimes also. Dinwiddie, man, Dinwiddie. I don't have no word for Dinwiddie. 7.6K. I wouldn't really play him. It's just like it's a great matchup, but which Dinwiddie's gonna show up? If somebody can answer me that, I'll give him a quarter. Jamal Murray, okay play, but you're not gonna really need Jamal Murray to the playoffs. He just usually coasts through the season, and Jokic just put up 90 fantasy points a night, so you don't need Jamal Murray. Clarkson, if he's back, whoop-de-doo, the team sucks. Cam Thomas against Washington, boy oh boy, I knew this was gonna happen, and I'm gonna be honest with you. 27 minutes, 3 for 10, 1 rebound, 1 assist. That's the hard part. I play him knowing he's scoring dependent, but I say to myself, if he could drop 30, 35 points and give me 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a block and a steal, I'm cashing. Cause I know the rest of my lineup is gonna come through. He was the only. I didn't doubt him, but my spidey senses was like somebody's gonna fucking sell you. And boy, was this punk ass bitch right here with his big ass lips. Look at this freak. Listen, pause. Listen, you got to go back to him. That's just the nature of this business. This guy could put up 60 fantasy points at 7.3K. You got to go back to him. I'm going to go back to him. You feel me? You're going to get 30 minutes, 30 plus minutes. He's not going to miss all his shots. 23 shots, 14 shots, 21 shots, 23 shots. That's what you're looking for. Give me a couple rebounds and assists, and we're catching something. Fire up Cam Thomas. Don't be shy. Kobe White, Westbrook, Drew Holiday. I don't really need. Derek White takes more shots than him. I'd rather play Derek White. Cole Anthony. I don't understand his minutes. 32, 26, 17. I still didn't watch this Washington game. 31, 32. Now you know what's going to happen the next game? He's going to play 17 minutes again. All right, I'm going to trust it. They're playing, Detroit? I'll trust it. 6.8K, I'll take a shot. But if he plays anything less than 29 minutes, he's getting banned. Chris Paul, I don't need. Guy's injury prone. Anthony Simons, 6.8. He's fine. Don't really need Keontae George when you got Simons right there, 6.8. He's streaky too. Schroeder, you could take a shot. And we still on point guard? What the fuck? Melton, you could take a shot. Vassell. Eric Gordon gets a bump with no KD. Suggs. If Suggs is out, give Cole Anthony a bump. Now I'm really liking Cole Anthony if Suggs is out. Conley, don't really need Monk, could take a shot. Giddey, I don't like his minutes. Sexton, I don't need if Clarkson is back. Tyus Jones, not really. Sohan's coming off the bench. Scoot Henderson, if you're desperate. Ivy, I don't really need. Bogdan is back. I'm lying. Bojan is back. 24 minutes for Ivy. I guess the minutes is not going anywhere. 25 fantasy points. You just can't trust it. It's a 14-game slate. There's going to be tons of value. You're going to spend $5,600 on a guy coming off the bench that's going to give you 15 fantasy points maybe. Anywhere between 15 and 25 fantasy points. That's not optimal on a 14-game slate. Quickly, Richardson, they're all right. Goodwin, you could probably take a shot. Rose, fine. The rest of these guys down here, I don't need, to be honest with you. Let's go to shooting guard. Anthony Edwards, 9.3, absolutely in play. Bane will absolutely be popular. He's worth it. He's fine. Paul George is an okay play. Jaylen Brown is fine against the Knicks. Sharp is fine. Jalen Green is sometime-ish. Jordan Poole, if you're playing a lot of lineups. Klay Thompson, if you're playing a lot of lineups. OG, you could take a shot. If there's no Duncan Robinson, Jaquez gets a... Is that his name? Jaquez? Jaquez gets a bump. Brandon Miller is fine. Caleb Martin, if he starts again. I'm lying. Caleb Martin gets a bump too. That's who I was thinking about. Jaquez does get a bump, but Caleb will start. Caleb Martin starts, you jam him in again. I had Caleb Martin in all my lineups with Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas really fucked me. Pause. Herder, if you're desperate. Kelly Oubre, 5.6. Good matchup. THT, not really interested in. NAW, if he starts, you could take a shot. The rest of these guys down here don't really need. Maybe Moody if he started for some reason, but I think Wiggins is back. I think Wiggins played. Tatum, 10.1. He's fine. Butler, 9.3. Not really interested. 16 shots, 2 rebounds with Bam out. That kind of message does that send me? That doesn't say when Bam is out, Jam and Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna play his regular game, so I don't need Jimmy because he's not adding any type of value. You feel me? I like Caleb. I like Jaquez. If there's no Duncan Robinson and you already have no Bam, DeRozan's fine. Good matchup against the Spurs. Franz Wagner's fine. Seems like you can't really play Wagner and Banchero at the same time. It's like when one goes off, the other lays an egg. When the other goes off, the other lays an egg. So pick one. Fire one of them up. Porter's fine. Keldon Johnson's fine. Keldon Johnson's never let me down. I had Keldon Johnson in the same lineup with Caleb Martin and Cam Johnson. Tobias, I don't really need. He's been a failure. Look at this shit. 30, 13, 17, 31, 19. That's underperforming. That's not even 5 times value. When you open up a dictionary and you look up the word failure, you're going to see this fucking face right there, right in the middle. Get this fucking geek off my screen. All right, who's next? Hayward's in play. Bojan, you could take a shot. 32 minutes, 44 fucking fantasy points. My man has arrived. My man has arrived. Fire his ass up at 6.5K. He's gonna be popular because people game log watch. Y'all know that. Bogdan gets a bump if there's no Trey. Strus, okay play, nothing spectacular. Jalen Williams, he's fine. Avdi is fine. I'm scared to touch Washington games. Barrett's all right. Tough matchup. Jaquez, 6K. He's in play. He wasn't really impressive last game, but go right back to it. I guess you kind of need Jimmy Butler to be out for him to really show you his true colors, but I guess I'll just stick to Caleb Martin and not be too cute. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Now that I'm saying it out loud. Sarah Thompson not interested. Wiggins is back, so forget that Moody talk. Hunter gets a little bit of a bump if there's no Trae Young. Fettuccine, aka Fontecchio, we don't need him. 14-game slate, stop playing. Tim Hardaway Jr., you could probably take a shot, but Luka going crazy right now, so you don't even really need him on a 14-game slate. Josh Hart's been playing well. Still probably don't need him. Patrick Williams, if you want to take a shot, I'm scared to play this guy. 29 minutes, he took 6 shots. That's crazy to me. I don't play players that take 6 shots. I don't give 2 fucks what their role is. I need you to shoot. I need you to gun that shit, bitch. You feel me? I'm trying to take down these contests. I'm not trying to barely cash. Dylan Brooks is useless for fantasy. Harrison Barnes is useless in all aspects. The rest of these guys down here you don't really need. Obviously, you'll get more value as we get closer to the lock. Everybody just give me 1 second, okay? Hold on 1 second. Uno momento. Okay. I'm back. It's getting a little stuffy. Couldn't even talk anymore. All right, let's wrap this shit up. So listen, who else is down here? Koulibaly, no thank you. These guys down here we don't really need right now. We shouldn't be looking at these guys, 16 hours before lock. You feel me? I'm about to go to power forward right now. Listen, if you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Appreciate you bearing with me while I make this video while I'm sick. I know I sound crazy, but listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. We gotta feed these streets with this DFS information. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell, thumbs up, all that stuff matters. If you're struggling to cash, you need help, you want my lineups, you want me to build you lineups, you want my optimal plays, whatever it is, NFL, NBA, NHL, check out the Patreon link in the description. Let's go to power forward. Let's bring this shit home and let's get out of here. Cat, 9K, absolutely in play. Wemby let me down last game. It's fine. I'll go right back to him. He had a down game. He's entitled to that. I'm not mad. I had him in the lineup, the same lineup with Cam Thomas, Caleb Martin, and Keldon Johnson. I was looking for 60 fantasy points. He gave me 30. But I'm going to tell you this. He plays a lot better at home. And I'm going right back to him. He's entitled to a down game. Going right back to Wemby. Bridges is fine. That's McHale. Randall is fine. Price is a little bit too cheap. A little bit disrespectful. Kuzma's in play. Banchero's in play. Siakam's in play. Jaren Jackson's in play. Kawhi. Miles. If Porzingis is back, good for him. He's in play. If Mobley is out, Jared Allen gets a bump. You know that. Keldon Johnson, 7.3 in play. John Collins, he's not going to shoot much, but he's an okay play. Draymond Green is in play. I'm still scared to play Draymond because he might get himself ejected. Aaron Gordon, if you must. Cam Johnson's in play. Now, Cam Johnson was going off when Cam Thomas was out. Now, when Cam Thomas goes off, Cameron Johnson's not going to do anything. I already see this shit. I already see the writing on the wall. Jabari Smith Jr. is in play. Aldama is in play. Keegan Murray, very sometimish. He's in play. PJ Washington's in play. Sadiq Bey's in play. Naz Reid, Dario Saric, Finney Smith, Jabari Walker, all these guys are in play. All right. Jabari Walker's in play because Jeremy Grant's in concussion protocol. And we're going to address 2 more centers in a second. Jokic, obvious. Embiid, obvious. Sabonis, obvious. Sengun, obvious. Right? Right. Vooch, he's in play, but I'm not really interested in him. Holmgren's in play. Gobert's in play. Nurkic can't seem to keep his fucking hands in his pockets. I don't know what's going on with him. With no Durant, he does get a little bit of a bump. Fire up Nurkic. Ayton, if there's no Ayton, you're playing. You could take a shot on Duop Reese, 4K. What did he do last game? Last game with no Ayton, he played 22 minutes, 25 fantasy points. That's over 1 fantasy point per minute. So that's a value option for you, a real value option. And then the other center that we could look at is if there's no Mark Williams, you go right back to Nick Richards. Yeah, these guys take up center spots, but there's still value. 4.9. His price came up a little bit. His price went up $1,200. That's how good of a fantasy play he was. Fantasy points wasn't amazing, but he still has that ceiling. 4,900. I'm not as gun ho to play him as I was at 3,700, but 28 minutes, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, 24 fantasy points at 3,700. Anybody would take that. We're gonna need a little bit more from him at 4,900 if we decide to play him, though. You feel me? Let me just make sure I got through all the centers. Yeah, there's one more. Okay. So Holmgren, Gobert, Nurkic all in play. If there's no Ayton, you play Reese. Claxton's absolutely in play. Should destroy Washington. If there's no Mark Williams, you have Nick Richards as an option. Jared Allen gets a bump if there's no Mobley. Zach Collins is in play against Chicago. Not interested in Kessler. Capella, not really interested in. Pirtle, if you're desperate. Mitchell Robinson, no thank you. Zubac is absolutely in play at 5,500. 32, 30, 27, 23, 27 minutes, 45, 34, 37, 26, 27. He has a ceiling at 5.5K. Orlando Robinson playing for Bam. That's another option we'll have. They like playing him. He gets minutes. He played 33 minutes, 46 fantasy points. Absolutely in play. I think he's still a little bit too cheap, to be honest with you. I think Nick Richards is overpriced, and I think Orlando Robinson is underpriced. So I prefer to get the Robinson. Lively, he be all over the place. Look at this guy. 18 fantasy points, 21, 16, 56, 22. I'm scared to play him. 14 games play. I don't need that type of negativity in my life. Goga, don't really need his 20 minutes on a 14-game slate. Nick Richards, Okongwu, maybe Mo Wagner, and the rest of these guys I won't be touching. Listen, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Hope you had a profitable Thursday night on your little 2-game slate. Hope you have a profitable 14-game slate. I'm going to go on and get out of here and try to do something with myself. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell, thumbs up the video. Check out the Patreon link in the description if you need lineups or you want my lineups. And I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.